Let's go back to 1880. The HMS Atlanta vanished in the infamous Bermuda Triangle. Some blame the crew's inexperience, suggesting they may have lost their bearings and been swallowed by a storm. Sounds reasonable, but hold that thought. Fast forward 40 years, another colossal ship, the U.S. Cyclops, disappears in the same region. This was no rookie crew, it was a massive U.S. Navy vessel. Welcome to the doors of mysteries. And just 3 years later, yet another ship was discovered drifting through Bermuda's waters. Its entire crew gone without a trace. No storm, no damage. Everything on board was untouched except for the people who had simply vanished. And it didn't stop there. In 1955, a luxury yacht was found adrift near Bermuda again, fully intact, but completely abandoned. This wasn't just any yacht, it was a sturdy, expensive vessel. And get this, it had survived 3 powerful storms, including the infamous Hurricane Loon. So, if we're still blaming inexperience, how do we explain Charles Carroll Taylor? He was the flight leader of Flight 19, the squadron that disappeared in the Triangle. Taylor had logged over 2,500 hours of flight time. This wasn't some rookie flying blind. These were trained, seasoned professionals. But even the most experienced can be humbled by the raw power of nature. Could these vanishings be the result of natural disasters? It's a very real possibility. Let me tell you about 3 such phenomena that could be responsible. First up, the Gulf Stream. Think of it as a powerful river flowing inside the ocean. Sounds bizarre, but it's real. This current can become so strong that it pulls anything in its path, including giant ships far away from their original course. With its force stretching for hundreds of miles, it's possible the Gulf Stream carried ships like the Cyclops far off, tore them apart, and scattered their remains deep into the ocean. Could it be the culprit? Maybe. But there's a problem, it only explains what happens at sea. What about aircraft? Planes fly high above, while the Gulf Stream churns below. That brings us to the second natural force, sea storms. These terrifying tempests can impact both ships and planes, throwing them off course or down into the depths. But let's not forget, this isn't the 1600s. By the mid-1900s, we had weather radars, early warning systems, and reliable communication. Crews weren't flying blind, they were well informed. And yet, some of these vanishings happened under clear skies. When Flight 19 vanished, the sun was shining. When Japan's A6M0 disappeared, same thing. No storms, no warnings. And even if we assume something went wrong with their weather alerts, here's what puzzles me most. The rescue missions also failed. The planes sent to find the missing disappeared themselves. So clearly, there's more at play than just weather. Let me introduce you to a little-known but deadly phenomenon, the air bomb. In 1986, an American ship, the Pride of Baltimore, was struck by a sudden wind blast. The calm breeze of 32 kilometers per hour surged to 145 kilometers per hour in moments, slamming down from the sky. In 2010, Brazil's Concordia faced something worse, winds plummeting at 270 kilometers per hour. These sudden downward gusts are so fierce, scientists began calling them air bombs. Technically, they're called cold air downdrafts. And when they strike, they explode downward like a skyborne explosion, violently spreading across the surface. Any aircraft or ship in the blast zone, crushed like paper. Could these be behind the Bermuda Triangle's deadly silence? It's certainly possible. But here's the twist, even this doesn't explain everything. Because if a ship or plane crashes, where's the debris? And even stranger, what about the missing crews from intact, undamaged ships? Vessels were found as they were left equipment untouched, meals still laid out, but no people. So far, I've walked you through 3 powerful natural forces that may explain what's happening in the Bermuda and Japan triangles. But now let's shift focus to Alaska. The Alaska Triangle is on land, no sea storms here. Sure, air bombs might still occur, but over 16,000 disappearances? Blaming weather alone seems ridiculous. The answer might lie in Alaska's untouched wilderness. Vast forests, over 700 glaciers, deep caves and hidden fissures, dark enough to swallow a plane, car, or person forever. Some missing people may have simply fallen victim to Alaska's merciless terrain. But again, the numbers are astonishing. Disappearances here are more than double the national average. And these aren't just weekend hikers. Many are trained professionals like Gerald D. Berry, a seasoned search and rescue expert who vanished without a trace. After all this exploration, it still feels like we've only scratched the surface. For every explanation, a dozen more questions emerge. A Latin poet once wrote after America's discovery, "Novus ordo seclorum, the new world is no longer new." But maybe we were wrong. We've looked at human error, freak weather, and rare natural events in the Bermuda, Japan, and Alaska triangles. But let's be honest, you're probably not satisfied. Neither was I. That's why I decided to go even deeper, because the truly mind-bending theories are about to begin now.